guys, welcome back to Ashwood PE. What we're going to be doing today is balancing, okay? And I know we've done balancing before, but we're going to be learning a little bit about static and dynamic balances. And it doesn't matter if you don't know what that means or what they are, because when we get there I'm going to explain a little bit how they're different, okay? So, balance is important because without being able to balance properly, we can't perform simple movements that we don't just use in physical activity, but we use it in sports as well. Okay, so we're going to do a quick warm-up, and it's called music player. You don't need music, so don't worry. What we're going to do, in our area, so it might be our classroom, the playground, our garden, our living room, wherever you've got enough space, we're going to start there, okay? So, what we're going to do, we're going to pick a movement. It might be jogging, it might be jumping, it might be skipping, it might be hopping. Be as creative as possible, however you want to move, okay? So, when I shout play, you're going to move around in that different area. When I shout pause, you're going to stop, you're going to freeze as quick as possible, okay? When I do shout pause, we've got to stop for 3 seconds, okay? Hold whatever position we're in for 3 seconds. When I shout rewind, we've got to perform the movement that we chose, you've got to do it backwards, okay? So if I shouted rewind and you were jumping, you'd have to jump backwards, or you'd have to skip backwards, or hop backwards, or run backwards. So, we've got play, we've got pause, we've got rewind. Last one is fast forward. So, when I shout fast forward, you've got to do whatever movement you're doing at double the speed, okay? So, in your area, pick a movement. I'm going to pick jogging, because it's the easiest one, but try and challenge yourself, okay? So, play. So, jog round, run round, skip round, pause. So try and hold that position for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, play. So moving around again. Pause. Hold it for 3 seconds. If you're finding it hard to balance, put your arms out, it might help you a little bit, or focus on something that's still in front of you. Rewind. So, whatever movement you're doing, do it backwards. Pause. Oh, hold it still. Fast forward, so as quick as you can this time. Quick as you can. Pause. And stop. Right, so pause the video now. Your parent, your teacher, your classmate, your sibling, they're going to be the person shouting the commands, okay? So, maybe try a different movement this time. Okay? Try and do at least 2 different movements, and then we'll move on to the main activity, okay? Do it for a few minutes so we're nice and warm, okay? Right, so we're going to move on to static balance. Static balances is when we're still, okay, or stationary. So, static balances help to make your core, your tummy muscles nice and strong, okay? So, we're going to practice a few, and each one we're going to try and hold between 3 and 5 seconds. So, our first one is going to be the arch balance. So you need to be on the floor with your belly on the floor. So when you're on the floor, you're going to lift your arms and your legs at the same time, okay? So we're going to hold that for 3 seconds. Try and get your chest and your shoulders off the floor. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. So we're going to try each one 3 times, okay? I'm going to only do it once, but you can pause the video and you can practice 3 times. If you want to do it more times, go ahead. If you want to hold it for longer, well done. Let's see how long you can hold it for. Okay, when we are balancing, make sure our toes and our fingers are nice and pointed, okay? So the next balance is going to be the front support. So we're going to be on our hands, palms nice and flat, on our toes, a little bit like we're ready to press up. So, we're going to hold it for 5 seconds. Make sure our shoulders are in line with our wrists, okay? So 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Again, pause the video. Try and do it for longer. Try and do it for more times. Do as much as you can. Next one, we're going to do a cross position. So, one knee's going to be on the floor, one leg's going to be out to the side. I'm going to be in a cross position. If you can, I'll do it this way. Try and lift your back leg up. So your kneeling foot is on the floor, so it makes it a little bit harder to balance. If that's still too easy, try and do it and close your eyes, okay? So hold that for 5 seconds, pause the video, swap legs so we're not just making one side of your body stronger than the other side. Okay. Next one, what we're going to do is an arabesque. So one foot is going to be on the floor, the other foot is going to go straight back behind us, okay? So this time we might need to focus on something that's still so we can hold our balance. I'll show you from the side as well. So fingers are nice and pointed, toes are nice and pointed behind me, head facing forward, hold it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Shake that leg out because we need to do the opposite leg now as well. So if you started on your right foot, back onto your left foot. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Okay. Now I want you to think of some different balances that you could do yourself. Okay. So different static balances. So I don't want you to be moving. I want you to be as creative as you can. So I don't just want your feet on the floor. I want your hands on the floor, your elbow on the floor, your shoulder on the floor, okay? Send us in some pictures of what you've been doing and we'll see which one's the best, okay? Next, we're going to move on to dynamic balancing. So dynamic balancing is when we're moving, okay? So we might have the crab. So that's moving, we're using our hands and our legs. So hands on the floor, legs on the floor. So we're going to move in side to side, we're going to be moving forwards, we're going to be moving backwards. If it's too easy, you can try doing it. So move 2 hands, 1 leg. If it's too easy, try and challenge yourself. Again, moving forwards, moving backwards. Be creative as you can. Another one is the bear, okay? So both hands on the floor, hung down. There we go. So we're not only working on our balance, but we're working on our coordination as well because we're moving 2 different body parts at the same time, okay? Now, the last thing what we're going to do, we're going to play a game called Animal Football, okay? So, what you need to make a goal, 2 goals, because you can play against your sibling, your adult, your classmate. So 2 goals, they could be made out of anything, they could be chairs, they could be water bottles, they could be socks, and you need something that can act as a ball. So it might be, again, a pair of socks, or a small tennis ball, okay? So, if I was playing against somebody else and my goals were there, I was going to be a crab. I could move over, try and throw my object into their goal, okay? So, maybe if you want, record yourself, send it in, you playing against your brother or your sister, or against your mum. Let's see who can win, okay? Like I said, throughout all of the video, be creative as you want. Different balances, the static balances, be creative. I want to see different balances, not just using your feet. So you could have 1 hand on the floor, 1 leg on the floor. Remember, point that back toe, point your fingers out to the side so you've got better balance, better stability, okay? So I want to see how creative you can get, okay?